Hi, Fenville family. Sorry this is getting to you so late tonight, but this is my third take. I've been interrupted several times, and I'm trying my best to get this out to you. So last week when we were reading EllRay Jakes, EllRay's dad gave him an ultimatum and said that he had to return the crystals and get them all back from his friends that he gave them to, right? He got 2 kids asked so far, the easy ones, the girls, but he's got 4 more to go. Do you think he'll be able to get them back? Let's find out. Open your book to page 74, chapter 12. It's called Tick Tock. Kevin McKinley is the opposite of me in every way except color. Kevin started going to Oak Glen in kindergarten, and I started in first grade. He's tall, and I'm short. He's chunky, and I'm skinny. He has a brother, and I have a sister. He sometimes says present when Mrs. Sanchez takes attendance, and Heather Patoon usually has to poke me in the back when our teacher calls my name. I like to daydream. That's the thing. Daydreaming is when you think about other stuff when you're supposed to be listening to your teacher. You don't do that, right? But we hang together with Corey Robinson, the kid who swims. So I'm not too nervous about asking Kevin to bring back my dad's Topaz. I go up to him during nutrition break. Nutrition break is really just morning recess with food. Only today, because of the rain, we're having it in class. Kevin is over by the window looking out at the rain. He keeps dipping his hand into a small crinkly bag of bright orange crackers. Hey, I say, unrolling my strawberry fruit leather. Hey, he says back, giving me an orange crumb smile. I gotta ask you something, I say. Okay. You know that crystal I gave you, the topaz? He nods, chewing. I need it back, I say. Okay, Kevin says. I'll see if I can find it in my room. Uh-oh. You should see Kevin's room. I'm surprised he can find his own feet when he gets out of bed in the morning. I can probably come over this afternoon and help you look for it, I tell him. I'll call my mom at lunch and ask her. If kids at Oak Glen have cell phones, which I do not yet, they have to leave them in the main office during the day. But there's a payphone just outside the office, and the lady at the desk will always lend you the money if you need it. She keeps track, though. Okay, Kevin says, smiling, and he reaches into the cracker bag again. And I cross off another name of my invisible list. 3 to go. Excuse me, Mrs. Sanchez, I asked 2 seconds after the lunch buzzer has buzzed. Can I talk to you for a minute? Mrs. Sanchez tries to hide her sigh. Of course you can, EllRay. You are obviously physically able to speak to me. Are you asking if you may speak to me? She will never, ever stop cracking on us on this. May I speak to you? You may, she says, sneaking only a tiny peek at her golden watch. What's up? Well, it's complicated, I say, trying for a thoughtful expression. But my dad needs that crystal back for his important work. You know, the one I gave you, the Herkimer diamond? Ah, yes, Mrs. Sanchez says with a smile. That dear Mr. Herkimer. Actually, I think Herkimer is a place, not a person, I say, not knowing if she's kidding or not. You can't always tell with teachers, not when they're hungry. But anyway, I repeat, not straying from the topic. I'm really sorry and everything, but I need that crystal back for my dad's work. Right away, like tomorrow? Mrs. Sanchez narrows her brown eyes and tilts her head, and I can almost feel a question coming. EllRay, she says slowly, did you give away those crystals without your father's permission? What should he say? Should he tell the truth? My experience is if you own up to a mistake that you make, you get in way less trouble. Okay, I could say no. I did have his permission, but I know from experience that I'd regret it someday. That lie would come back and bite me. Also, lying is wrong, but that first reason not to lie is good enough for me. If I say yes, though, that I did give away the crystals without my dad's permission, who knows what will happen. But if I say nothing at all, I take it. That's a yes, Mrs. Sanchez says, tapping her foot. Tick tock, EllRay. Tick tock means hurry up when Mrs. Sanchez says it. Remember, it's lunchtime. She's hungry. Basically, I tell her, looking down at the speckled floor. Why'd you do it, EllRay? Mrs. Sanchez asked. Why did I do it? It's funny, I think suddenly, but even my own dad didn't ask me this question. Not exactly. I don't know, I mumble, still staring at the floor. You can do better than that, Miss Sanchez tells me. Well, I say, I kind of liked it when everyone was paying attention to me in class for a good reason, I mean. And I wanted them to keep on doing it. And when Annie Pat asked if she could hold the crystal, I got carried away and told her she could keep it. Did you forget that it belonged to your dad? Mrs. Sanchez asked. No, I admit, deciding to keep on telling the truth because it's the least complicated thing to do in the long run. I just wanted the kids to like me a little longer, and giving away those crystals seemed like my only chance. There is no way she could ever understand how hard it is for a kid, especially a boy, to be too short to be chosen first for teams, or too bad a speller or mental math guy to win any prizes, or too boring to have an ATV. So I leave those parts. But everyone already likes you, EllRay, Miss Sanchez says, shaking her head in what looks like amazement. Not enough. Enough for what? Mrs. Sanchez asked. Did you want to win a popularity contest? Is that it? I look up at her. Is there a popularity contest? I asked, trying not to sound too freaked out. A real one? Don't tell me Cynthia Harbison was right. Oh, Mrs. Sanchez says, shaking her head. Of course not. But no fear. I'll bring the Herkimer diamond back. You'll have it tomorrow morning. Want me to make an announcement to the class about you needing the other ones returned as well? No, thanks, I say quickly. I promised my dad that I'd get them back all by myself by tomorrow, and so far, I'm doing okay. Tell me if you run into any problems, she says, getting ready to leave. Is that all? That's all, I tell her. And thanks, I guess. You're welcome, I guess, she says, shooing me out of the room. So only two to go. But they're the worst two. Jared and Cynthia. Chapter 13. No way, EllRay. We know who's going to talk to now, right? Cynthia. I go up to Cynthia right after lunch. She's in the cafeteria like everyone else on this rainy day, and she's gathering up all her very neat trash while Heather waits on her. I got to talk to you, I tell Cynthia. Cynthia looks up and she looks suspicious. About what? She asks. About that crystal I gave you yesterday, I tell her, the tourmaline. I need it back. Cynthia laughs. No way, EllRay, she says. She looks pretty serious when she tells me this, and Cynthia Harbison is not exactly known for changing her mind about things. Yeah, her loyal friend Heather says, glaring at me. No way, that rock matches her eyes. How come you need it back anyway? Cynthia asked. Because I want to give you something even better that matches your eyes, I say, making up a fake reason on the spot. Now Cynthia looks like she's doing a mental math problem. Something even better? She asked, acting a little greedy, if you ask me. Like, what kind of thing? Heather says, sounding as if she wants to make sure her best friend doesn't get cheated. You know, those beautiful flowers that they have at the supermarket? Cynthia asked. The ones that smell spicy and have glitter on the edges of their zigzaggedy petals? Flowers? Yeah, I guess I'll give you flowers, I mumble, trying to look around like I'm not looking around. He doesn't want anybody to hear this conversation. But I sure hope nobody else is listening in on this nightmare conversation. Well, Cynthia says slowly, if you bring me those exact flowers on Friday, Valentine's Day, and you give them to me in front of the whole class, I'll give you back your blue rock. It's a crystal, a reminder, a tourmaline, remember? And I need it tomorrow. Whatever, Cynthia says, waving her hand in the air. I guess I can trust you about bringing me those flowers, but throw away my trash while you're at it. Yeah, Heather says, throw away Cynthia's trash. Sorry, that's not part of the deal, I tell them, and I walk away fast before Cynthia makes it part of our deal. Sparkly blue supermarket flowers? Those sound expensive. I kiss goodbye all the money I've been saving. Chapter 14. Something really messed up. Remember, he's got to talk to Jared now, the bully. Oof, poor EllRay. It's still Wednesday and we're having afternoon recess. It has finally stopped raining, so we are outside. I can tell by the expression on Jared's face that word has gotten out that I need the last crystal back. Thanks to Emma, Annie, Pat, Kevin, or Crystal, I guess. But I don't blame any of them for blabbing because what else is there to talk about at Oak Glen Primary School? Jared is ready for me when I walk up to him on the rain shiny playground, which smells like wet, like fence. I wonder what wet chain link fence smells like. It's supposed to rain this week. Make sure you smell that fence, so you know. And his friend and robot, Stanley Washington, is standing next to him. A couple of other kids, including Emma and Annie Pat, are hanging around too because it's still too drippy to sit down anywhere. Dude, Jared says to me after bouncing the red kickball a couple of times, so hard that it splat water on Stanley's pants. Don't even ask unless you got something good to give me. Something good to give him? Like what exactly? I asked, trying to think fast. Flowers are definitely not going to do it for Jared. Not that I'd ever bring him some anyway. No way. I don't know, Jared says. Something big, maybe even money like $5, he said, obviously making up a number on the spot. Emma and Annie Pat look wide-eyed at each other when they hear this. $5, Stanley said, like he's echoing Jared. I thought we were friends, I say, speaking only to Jared, because we are friends, at least some of the time. Jared ignored me in both first and second grade, but it's been like being on a roller coaster in the third grade, a mostly uphill roller coaster, if that means Jared has not been my very good friend to me nearly all the time. In fact, he tried to beat me up once, but that's a different story. $5, Jared says again, holding out his hand. Now, hand it over, EllRay, and I'll bring you your rock back tomorrow. It's a smoky quartz crystal, I remind him. And why would I have $5 with me now in my pocket, I asked. You know we aren't allowed to bring that much money to school. Okay, then you should make EllRay do something else, Stanley says to Jared, really excited. Now, something worth $5, something really messed up like EllRay should have to go into the girls' bathroom when there's a girl in it. Would that be worth $5 to you? Not me. Classic, Jared says. Ooh, Emma says, and Annie Pat covers her mouth with her hand. She's so shocked because it is terrible for a boy to go into the girls' bathroom. It's probably even against the law. Also, there aren't just third graders at Oak Glen. There are fourth, fifth, and sixth graders too. And some of those older girls look pretty tough. They're like grown-ups practically, and they're big. They could smash me like a bug. But I need that crystal back. Behind Jared's back, Emma waves her arms to catch my eye, and she makes an okay circle sign to me with her thumb and pointer. Okay, I hear myself say to Jared, I'll do it. Let's go. So why do you think Emma gives EllRay the okay sign to get him to agree to the bet? Do you think she wants to get him into trouble, or do you think she's going to help him? We're going to have to find out later. Good luck on your trivia tomorrow. Thanks for reading with me. See you tomorrow.